Yeah, this is happening live in Abia State.
The news and updates that has been emanating from Nigeria since 5 days ago is quite unpredictable. This is just in what is going on. Court orders immediate arrest of Chief of Army Staff Farouk Yahaya. Wonderful people, men and women of good conscience and lovers of freedom all over the globe. We welcome you back once again to our News Digest this day, Wednesday, the 30th day of November 2022. We must say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on your time zone. Of course, this is coming from the desk of Nicky Bobby. Always still want to use this opportunity to invite you to hit the subscribe button should you like what we are doing, as well as to give us thumbs up and share our videos to those who might need it. The High Court in Minna, Niger State, has issued a warrant of arrest for the Chief of Army Staff, General Farouk Yahaya, for alleged contempt of court. This is the situation. The State Chief Judge, Justice Halima Abdul Malik, who gave the order, also issued a warrant of arrest for the Commandant, Training and Doctrine Command Minna, Major General Stevenson Olubenga Olabanji. Some news media reported that Abdul Malik stated that the order followed the hearing of a case brought before the court pursuant to Order 42, Rule 10 of the Niger State High Court Civil Procedure 2018. Justice Abdul Malik declared the order is commuting the Chief of Army Staff, General Farouk Yahaya, and the Commandant, Training and Doctrine Command Minna, Major General Stevenson Olubenga Olabanji, to be kept in Minna Correctional Custody for contentions of the order of this court on 12th of October 2022. Well, of course, she went on to direct that the two suspects should be remanded in custody until they purge themselves of the court's contents. The presiding judge adjourned the case till December 8, 2022 for continuation. Just trying to point out something here. Because it has to involve with those in Fulani, those in Zoological Republic. I mean, they just adjourned the case till December 8th. Today is just about 9 days from now. They did it so quick. But the fact is that, why is this going on? Yesterday we brought you an information that the the IG of police in Nigeria was equally sentenced to 3 months imprisonment. And today is the Chief of Army Staff. He has been sentenced. Well, let us say sentenced. He has been remanded for 8 days and in detention because of disobeying court's order. This has been the situation in Nigeria. 2 days ago, the Bar Association of Nigeria, the lawyers were lamenting of incessant, unprovoked and extrajudicial killing that is going on in Nigeria. The lawyers, Association of Lawyers, they came and they were protesting, they were shouting and calling that the Nigerian government should know what they should do because it is getting out of hand. The type of killing that is going on in Nigeria. And this, you cannot trace it further than those who are in charge of the various forces. For example, the military, the police, the Air Force, which is included in the military, the DSS. Well, you narrow it down to the presidency. All of them are involved in this circle. And most especially, this is going on in the eastern region. But let's just put this aside. The federal government continues saying the unity, the security of the eastern region is their paramount concern. At what point did it become your paramount concern? They are saying that they are holding our leader because of the security in the eastern region. But look at what is going on in the northern part of Nigeria. Look at what is going on in the western parts. They've not heard anybody. Look at what they are doing. The ISWAP, the Boko Haram in the northern part, till this moment, they've not done anything. Then how come the eastern, which is Biafra, that I will say, that you heard with passion, now becomes your priority when it comes to issue of insecurity? Release FreeNnamdiKanu. We will continue shouting it. We will continue saying it until the world hear it. Of course, they've heard it. But we know that it's not as if that the world will do anything, but we must continue because this is what we have signed. Consistency will always break the resistance. That is the situation. Think about it. Last week, the court equally ordered for the chief of EFCC to be remanded in prison. But at the end of the day, what happened? And these top officials of different parastatals, of different forces in Nigeria, they must have been involved in what is going on, the level of insecurity in Nigeria. And that is why you are seeing these things happening. But will Nigeria, will police, will army, will EFCC, will DSS obey the court order? The judiciary system in Nigeria is gone and totally gone. Even though they try at this particular point, they have been trying to adjust and maintain their stand. But when there is no the efforts to implement what they have pronounced, then what's happened at the end of the day? Nothing. Nothing will happen. This is the situation in Nigeria now. Just like the APC you are hearing, they want to install another person that is sick as the president of Nigeria. Well, you have to understand that APC is not just a Nigerian party. This is a Fulani brotherhood in Nigeria. This is exactly what happened in Egypt some time ago. But the difference between Egypt now, when the Islam wanted to take over everything in Egypt, the difference is that those who were in military, those who were in the forces, they were not from one particular region in Egypt. It's spanned across and they have a conscience. And that is why the military stepped in during the time in Egypt and removed their president then. If not, the situation in Egypt would have been something else. But here in Nigeria, the challenge is the Fulanese are everywhere. They are the one in charge of all the parastatals. So where will you start? And that is why when I see people that's shouting they want to restore Nigeria from where? Did you lose Nigeria? I don't understand. When some people are shouting they want to restore Nigeria, they want to create a movement to restore Nigeria. Restore it to what? Nigeria foundation was created to be the way it is. You've seen it running now. So there is no question of restoring Nigeria. If you want to restore Nigeria, you're going to change the constitution that made the Fulanese the #1 citizen in Nigeria. And this is what IPOB, this is what Biafra has been saying. And we must continue doing our best because I am happy that of late, since 3 days, a lot of people have started reasoning. When I mean people, I mean those who have been claiming to be IPOB members, those who have been claiming to be freedom fighters. They have, in a way, readjusted their thinking because they have come to confirm that the leadership of IPOB has been on the right path and they have been doing their best. We have been here all this while telling you the truth of how things are going. And some people refuse to believe. But of course, of late, they have started focusing on the main deal. On following that, today again in Abia State, to be precise, Aba, the women from Aba is in Ngwa land. They have once again risen up to protest for the illegal detention and unconstitutional detention of FreeNnamdiKanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. Well, we really give our brothers, our people, our mothers, our fathers, our sisters from Aba, from Abia State, the kudos, because to standing tall before your enemy is never an easy task. And of late, you've been hearing them, even the younger ones. It has been resonating in Aba. We must make sure that FreeNnamdiKanu is being released because the federal government of Nigeria has nothing else which they will say that FreeNnamdiKanu did. And that is the reason we must continue doing our best. Not only in Aba, across the globe, Biafrans, IPOB members are busy continuously protesting, creating awareness, which they have created from the first day that the Nigerian government kidnapped FreeNnamdiKanu and extraordinarily renditioned him back to Nigeria. IPOB members across the world has been doing so, but this is a special one for our people in Aba, the women, to stand tall before their enemy and said, you must release MNK. Therefore, we give them kudos. Recall in 1929, there was what was called Aba Women Movement. Of course, the British targeted as riots because our mothers then, they resisted the invasion of the British with their, their laws and their policies they were creating to bring our people down, asking them to pay tax. And our people, our mothers then said, no, it can never happen. Such a thing doesn't happen in Igbo land, in Biafra land. Of course, people have to recall that democracy started in Igbo land across the worldwide. And this is how come our people know their rights. So we join our voices together to call the federal government of the Zoological Republic to let the world know. Well, when I mean the world, I'm not really referring only to the European countries, because they are the ones that keep us where we are today. We are shouting so that they will hear our voice while we continue doing what we are doing. Because it is always good that when the breeze blows, you have to find things that are hidden. This is what IPOB is doing, letting other parts of the world know what is going on in Biafra land, in Nigeria, because of the resources. The Nigerian government and their counterparts must release MNK. We thank and we give thanks to everyone who have really endeavored, who have really tried to contribute their best. And this special thanks go to our mothers in Aba for doing this.